Hello Unlimited friends, it's Zara back again. Today the question is about abundance and prosperity. Let me read out the question. It is quite detailed, but I'm going to read out pertinent parts of it only, and the rest you'll find in the description. So this beautiful woman has written to me and she said, 5 years ago my husband died. And then she said, I have been living with my daughter since then because she bought the house. With my son has been supporting me, but he can no longer do so because he's hurt himself. And then she says, my daughter is not an easy person to live with. I feel she's frustrated by us all living together. I've been using affirmations for abundance and visualize the house I would love to have, and it makes me feel very happy when I do. My finances have slightly improved as I've just qualified for a state pension. And I'm selling items on eBay. Although this helps each month, it is not enough for a house. I keep being hopeful. My son is an avid lottery player, but I'm just so far away from my goal. I read another law of attraction teacher thought someone like me was delusional. I don't agree with that. And then she said, my main affirmations are below, but I also use other ones. Number 1, I'm working towards owning the deeds to my perfect house. Number 2, I welcome an unlimited source of income and money into my life. Number 3, my mind is a powerful magnet of wealth and abundance. Number 4, I love having lots of money. Number 5, I have the power to attract lots of money into my life. So what I want you to know, sweetheart, my dearest Sue, is that affirmations will not work unless you change your underlying beliefs. If these affirmations were working for you, your financial situation would have changed already. It does not take a long time for things to change if there is no resistance on the path. And so this is the reason why I wrote back to you to say to you, stop doing these affirmations. The thing is, the universe already knows what you want. You don't need to tell the universe what you want. When you tell the universe again and again what you're asking for, the universe regards that as a complaint, and the thing that you want gets pushed further away. Your very first affirmation is, I am working towards owning the deeds to my perfect house. Every time you use these words, you are first telling the universe, I don't have what I want. And the second thing is doing affirmations and visualizations in order to get something specific in return is the most inefficient way to try and use law of attraction. Because when you do it that way, you are pulling your vibration apart. It's a transaction. Universe, I will do these affirmations and I will visualize, and then in return you will give me this. No, that's not how it works. That's almost like trying to give a bribe. It's not going to work. The reason it doesn't work is because you first notice that you don't have the thing that you want, and then you ask for it. Asking over and over and over and over and over again keeps you in step 1. Abraham has taught us that there are 3 steps to manifesting. Step 1, you ask. Step 2, the universe answers. Step 3, you allow it in. I've modified that a little bit. I say step 1, you ask. Step 2, you trust. Step 3, you allow it in. If you keep visualizing owning a house, if you keep doing these affirmations that you've written to me, you are keeping yourself in step 1, because you're asking what is allowing? Allowing is when you stop asking. So let me read these affirmations to you again. I am working towards the deeds to my perfect house. Asking. I welcome an unlimited source of income and money into my life. Asking. My mind is a powerful magnet of wealth and abundance. Asking. I love having lots of money. Asking. I have the power to attract lots of money into my life. Asking. And the problem is you're very far away from the words that you're saying. When you are very far away from the words that you're saying, I know that you want to believe these things to be true, but your mind has not accepted them as being true. Because if your mind had accepted them as being true, they would have happened already. Or you would see significant signs of it happening. So that's the feedback I want to give you on affirmations and visualization. But then the next part that I want to explain to you, my dear, is that as long as you keep pushing back against your daughter, meaning you feel frustrated because you have to live with her, then again, you are not being appreciative of where you are. You're not counting your blessings. The way we manifest things is by being satisfied where we are, and you're not satisfied with living with your daughter. In fact, you are judging her by saying things like, she's frustrated by us living together. And she may very well be. That is probably a fact. But we don't focus on facts unless we want to see a repetition of them. Because when you focus on something, you perpetuate it, you bring it into your future. So the way for you to handle the situation with your daughter is to find peace there. Is for you to let go the angst of having to live with her and be grateful for the fact that there is a roof over your head. And lastly, what I want to say to you is, it's not about owning a house or not owning a house. What life is about is freedom, growth, and joy. The growth is going to happen regardless, because you're asking all the time. Asking leads to growth. Freedom is what we're all looking for. Freedom and joy. So your goal is freedom and joy, whether you live in a rented apartment or a rented house, or you own your house. It's about freedom and joy. And so if you say, universe, I would love to feel freedom and joy wherever I live. I want to feel satisfied in my home. So just now what's happening is you're feeling lack of freedom by living with your daughter. You're feeling lack of freedom because of your son having to provide for you. But you've got to accept that situation and still feel satisfied. That's how you will be able to manifest what you want. And what you want can come in so many ways. When you say that my mind is a powerful magnet of wealth and abundance, you're closing all the other doors. You're saying my mind has to figure out a way to bring me wealth and abundance, and it doesn't have to be through that source. So many other things can happen. Lastly, you're talking about your son and his avid love for winning the lottery. When winning the lottery is a confirmed outcome, when you feel the confirmation in your heart, that's when you will win the lottery. Every time buying a ticket and not winning is actually reducing your chances of winning. There's no need to go buy a lottery ticket until you feel this powerful urge inside you to go and do so. So This is why I wrote back to you, Sue, to say, please stop using the affirmations that you're using, because the gap between where you are, the vibrational gap between where you are and the affirmations is too big, and you have to close this gap. You close that gap by creating satisfaction in your heart, which means you've got to stop looking at your situation and finding things wrong with it. That's how you create satisfaction. One of the things I say is stop thinking about your life if you want to improve your life. So what I suggested is use an affirmation that says things are always working out for me, because they are. The universe is always providing for you one way or another. And when I sent that to you, you wrote back to me to say, I cannot use this. You said, I cannot use this affirmation. I struggle because things have not been working out for me, and I feel doubtful and uninspired. Well, sweetheart, that there is the litmus test. Because if saying the words, things are always working out for me, feels uncomfortable to you, and you feel that is a lie, then all the other affirmations are not going to work for you, because that is the first step. Knowing and trusting the universe enough to be able to say with confidence and satisfaction that things are always working out for me is the very first step towards creating abundance. It is without that one affirmation, none of the other affirmations that you have listed in your email to me will ever work. So, Sue, this is my detailed response to you. And really, spend the time to understand law of attraction, because your response is telling me that you don't really get it. You don't really understand what law of attraction is and how it works. And there are so many free resources available right here on this YouTube channel to help you understand how it works. The Unlimited Law of Attraction 40-day workbook is just a very minimally priced workbook that gives you access to a free video course, that gives you access to a library of over 1,000 videos. A lot of those videos are about abundance. And lastly, I want to recommend you to get this book, Manifesting Mistakes. In this book, there are 15 mistakes that people make that prevent them from using law of attraction properly. And I can see that you're making many of these mistakes. Lastly, I've also written a book which is about prosperity and abundance. It's called The Prosperity Puzzle. These are the most cost-effective ways to start working with me, to learn from me.